might be a little echoey today, but let me know if y'all can hear me. There might be a little feedback here. We'll see. I see people over on YouTube. Hey, everybody over on YouTube. What about Periscope? We hearing me okay on Periscope, people? We will see. All right. Perfect. Getting confirmation we can hear me on YouTube. I am then going to go ahead and assume that we can also hear me over on Periscope, on Twitter. I see my title of the stream on Twitter was spelled wrong. Classy. Anyways, yeah, there might be a slight echo. As you may or may not know, I obviously stream in a hardwood room. We've put a little bit more stuff in here, but there's still probably going to be a little bit of an echo. As long as you guys can understand me, we're just going to roll with it. If you hear any background noise tonight, by the way, I see people asking in YouTube chat how Cheese is. Cheese is my miniature dachshund that I just got a couple months ago, and she's having, for whatever reason, really bad separation anxiety tonight. Dachshunds are actually kind of famous for their separation anxiety. They tend to really bond to their owners, and they don't like to be away from them. So I'm late tonight because Cheese was being a drama queen and did not want to be in a different room from me. So she may make an appearance again on this stream, depending on how long she can make it, without me. So, as you all can see, hopefully, this stream is kind of a weird mashup of talking about Rush Limbaugh and talking about anime booba. Now, I'm sure Rush might not like that being included on a stream with anime, but we're going to roll with it. So, for those of you who are tuning in for my talk about the right's reaction to Rush, I'm going to talk about the anime stuff first. I'm going to keep it pretty brief. I see everyone in the chat. Tonight, I'm not going to read chats as I go. I want to get my topics that I want to talk about, get through them, and then after I finish my topics, I will go back through the YouTube stream and Periscope, and I'll see what people said. So I'm going to pull up a chat window that will have both Periscope and YouTube so that I have a record of my Periscopes really quick here. And then I'm going to get started. So I'm going to talk about anime first. So if that's not your thing, stick around because I think it will relate to you in a way that you might not expect. And I think you should expect it, but so you might be wondering how that's going to relate to you. But I think it probably, I suspect it probably will. So, all right, I have my chat pulled up. For those of you on Periscope who are just tuning in, I'm going to go over chats after I get through my two topics tonight. My two topics tonight, obviously you saw them on the promo for tonight's stream, are Rush and his passing and anime. So we're going to go over anime first. I think it relates to all hobbies though, in a way. So we're going to get into that. It's a topic I've talked about. I talked about on last stream. I've talked about quite a lot. For those of you who may or may not know, I have a lot of new followers, a lot of new subscribers, funny enough. I just started streaming again last week, so welcome everybody that's new, that may be watching over on Periscope or YouTube. So, for those of you who don't know, there's a little bit of a controversy going around, for some reason on Twitter, again, about Pyra and Mithra, who are two characters from Xenoblade Chronicles 2, and they are very well endowed cartoon characters. I'm saying cartoon just to generalize, obviously, for people that don't know. But they are video game characters, but they are very stylistically anime-like. They're not from an anime, but a lot of people, especially that don't know, might call them anime, whatever. So they are in the promo that I put up for tonight's stream. There's been a little bit of a controversy, which I originally assumed was because women are mad once again and angry that fictional characters weren't realistic looking. And don't get me wrong, there was a lot of that I saw. But as I posted about it, I discovered that a lot of the controversy was actually coming because Smash Bros, the game, which, full disclosure, I don't play. A lot of my friends play Smash, enjoy it. I'm not a fighting games person. I'm not really even a video games person. I hate when people say that. They don't really play video games. I play a few, Genshin Impact, Animal Crossing. I know Animal Crossing is not a video game, whatever. It is, but you get what I'm saying. It's for casuals. I'm a casual. Let's get that out of the way. Everybody who's been around for a while fully knows that. But I am a cosplayer, and I am involved in the anime community. So I'm going to kind of talk about things from that perspective and what I saw coming from that group. And then I'm going to kind of explain from my perspective what I think's going on and why people are so mad over this, it seems like. So every time a character or a new series comes out and a female character in that show is well endowed, it seems that women specifically get very angry. Women and their white knights that will say this is unrealistic and it hurts women. So we've all seen that before in different communities. This happens all the time. Specifically with Smash, though, it seems that part of the controversy is, for those of you who don't know, last year there was a lot of revealing about gross behavior, to put it very mildly, that was going on in the Smash community. Like I said, I'm not a member of the Smash community. I've heard for years that it was toxic, but, you know, that's just how it goes. That's how it goes. So I didn't really think anything of it when I saw that Pyra and Mythra were announced for Smash, and the people were mad about it. Because I just thought, oh, it's just women getting mad about B00ba again. Because apparently fictional characters are extremely threatening to women. I personally think fictional female characters are cool and even like to dress up as them because I think they're so cool, and I'm not threatened at all, even though I am not built like Pyra and Mythra. We'll just put it that way. But apparently a lot of the controversy is coming from the fact that the Smash community, essentially, to put it in the shortest way I could possibly explain, a lot of predators, we'll put it that way. You guys can Google what I mean. There's YouTube. There's full YouTube streams and videos on what went on in the Smash community in 2020, 2019, 2020. That's been going on apparently for years. There are a lot of predators, and specifically that prey on younger Smash players. You see what I'm getting at here while trying to skirt around the YouTube terms of service? Yeah, so there's that. Apparently, the reason why a large subset of people on Twitter are angry about Pyra and Mythra getting added to Smash is partly because of the sexualization of them and what that means for women. But apparently, it is also because minors on Twitter, yes, that's right, people who are not above the age of 18, if you're in the US, they have this little Twitter community, and they're essentially mad that adults are sexualizing Pyra and Mythra in Smash because they feel that having a bunch of adults talk sexually about a fictional character in a community that may include minors that enjoy playing that game might encourage predatory behavior among adults who are already doing that. So obviously, predatory behavior is disgusting. I've been hearing for years from friends that this has been going on in the Smash community. Obviously condemn that. But what I don't understand, and I made a little Twitter thread about this, but I'll recap it for those of you who don't really follow me over on Twitter or who didn't see it. I think it's ridiculous to ask grown adults to censor themselves because children or minors are in a specific community. Now, what's interesting to me, not that minors shouldn't be protected in communities and that we shouldn't, look out for them, obviously. I get really horrified when I see, I've talked about this before on live streams and online, it's always horrifying to me when I would be at anime conventions and I would see these parents drop their 13 and 14-year-old, 15, 16-year-old daughters or sons off at these anime conventions and just kind of let them roam around with a bunch of adults. A lot of con attendees, obviously not all of them because minors attend conventions as well, a lot of them are branded as family events. a lot of con attendees are in their 20s or 30s and grew up watching anime and that kind of stuff. And of course, if you mix a bunch of minors with a bunch of adults, unfortunately, it creates a breeding ground where predators can blend in and unfortunately prey on minors, and it's disgusting no matter what community it's in. But what I find interesting is I have never seen anyone complain. For example, I'll speak to my hobby. For those of you who don't know, cosplay is a pretty sexualized hobby. A lot of girls have OnlyFans, whatever, you do you. I don't do that kind of stuff, but whatever, to each their own. And so I never see minors on Twitter or parents or other adults on Twitter telling women who post bikini cosplays or post sexual posts with other cosplayers where they're both dressed as characters pretending to make out or something. I never see anyone under those posts saying, hey, you really shouldn't sexualize this character because there's some minors that watch anime or watch the anime that you're cosplaying and you're making it sexual and that could be dangerous. I never see that. And I can't help but think, and I think I am correct based on responses that I got today personally, that a main reason why those posts aren't criticized and why the Smash community is being criticized is based on the gender makeup of those communities. Draw your own conclusions there. I don't really ever see anyone under women's posts telling them that they shouldn't be sexualizing those characters. In fact, the criticism that I got, for those of you who don't know, over on Twitter, my profile picture is me in cosplay as an anime character. And every once in a while, or, well, actually it's pretty often, people will just take a glance at it and not click on it and not realize that it's me in cosplay, and they will think it's actually that anime character, which is very flattering for me that they actually think I look so much like that character in costume that they just assume that's what it is. That's cool. But the funny thing is, I go by Mac on Twitter. My name's Mackenzie. My @name on Twitter is Kenzie Puff, but my bold name on Twitter is Mac. And so a lot of people they glance, they see anime, and then they see Mac, and they assume I'm male. Well, then of course, the reactions that I get when I post something like, there's nothing wrong with anime booba, it's not hurting anyone, they're fictional characters, I get a bunch of minors and women telling me that I shouldn't be sexualizing women and blah, blah, blah. I actually saw, let me read you guys this post. I actually saw someone who had pre-blocked me, a friend sent me this. They wrote an article regarding Pyra and Mithra getting added to Smash and about how it was misogyny that they were being treated the way they were and reduced to just their boobs. This is the post. I will read it to you. The Smash community's misogyny in the Pyra/Mithra reveal. Smashers, I think that's hilarious that that's their, I mean, really? You nicknamed yourself Smashers and you didn't think anything was going to go wrong with that? Anyway, gross. Smashers are once again showing their true misogynistic colors with the Pyra/Mithra reveal. People who love to see her in Smash and people who hate her in Smash are both doing the same thing, reducing them to their boobs. Okay, who cares? That's my response to that. Why does it matter? It is a fictional character. It is not a real person. It is literally a fictional character. What is wrong with that? Why does it matter if people hate them, love them, for their hair color, their eye color, the size of their feet? Why does it matter? It's a fictional character. It's not hurting any real human being. And if you see a dude responding to a post about a character added to a video game, and you say, well, that hurts my feelings as a real woman, you need to reevaluate where your brain is at. That's not men's job to rewire their brains. It does not offend me. It's not offensive. And I am someone who, I mean, look at me. I'm clearly not well endowed. I am not built like Pyra and Mithra. We'll just put it that way. And that's fine. I acknowledge this. Flat as justice. It's whatever. It's cool. But I still enjoy anime booba. I watch anime with fan service where their boobs are out or whatever. It's just kind of part of the community. And here's the thing. even though that's an aspect, there are plenty of anime where they're not overly fan servicey. There might be a few scenes here or there, but there are different genres where the focus is not boobs or how cute the characters are, and you can go watch those. And all this kind of tells me is that I really legitimately do not believe these people are fans. And I'm saying this as someone who's only been a quote-unquote fan of anime and a cosplayer since 2015, 2016. So if I can tell that you don't really seem like you know what you're talking about, that's a problem. Because I should not be able to tell that, because I am fairly new to these communities myself, of course. So the post goes on. This is a woman writing this post. This is a woman who quote tweeted me and said that the only reason I had an issue with it is misogyny and blah, 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 blah. So they go on, and they actually eventually say that, think about the message this is sending. I'm reading directly from the post. Women with big boobs are being told that they are nothing more than their bodies, that they won't be taken seriously simply because of the size of their breasts. People with small boobs are being told that they're not worth admiring because, again, of their breast size. And I just, okay, all right, can we just talk about something? Can we just acknowledge that, yes, a major appeal of women to men is boobs? And why is there anything wrong with that? A major appeal of lesbians to women is, I'm assuming, boobs. Why does it? But see, here's the thing, and this is my overarching point. It always seems like that this conversation comes back to men enjoy something, men are bad, and therefore all women should be mad about it because they're marginalizing you and they're making you feel bad for. Let's say in my case, this person thinks I should be offended because I have small boobs, and Pyra and Mytha have big boobs, and a bunch of men are on Twitter saying, yeah, I love big boobs. Why? Why would I be offended? They're just saying they like a fictional character. The level of backwards, like, gymnastics that I would have to do to actually be angry that a dude is liking a fictional character for her big boobs is just mind-numbing to me. I don't understand why I'm actually supposed to. Can someone explain why I'm actually supposed to be angry about this? I genuinely don't understand. I don't. And I'll just get straight to the point. We all know it's because men are enjoying it. This happens time and time again. I don't believe these people actually care about predators in the Smash community, blah, 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 blah. You are using the fact that you are angry that men are enjoying something to use children as a shield to say that men shouldn't enjoy that thing publicly and they shouldn't express their interest in it. Adults, by the way. These are adult men expressing about a fictional character. This is not like minors talking to adults. No, that's not what this is. You're using children as a human shield and victims as a human shield to try to put something down because men enjoy it. And I don't even like Smash. Wait for the comments on that, I know, but we can all like different things. It's fine. I'm not telling you have to like every Smash character that's added to the game. Everybody's got different characters that they like. But what I am telling you is that it's just silliness. And we all know that the real reason you don't like it is because men are enjoying it. That's the real reason. So at least be honest. You don't care about minors potentially seeing people talking about something sexual, which, by the way, where is your mother? Why are like 14, 15, 16-year-olds being unmonitored and being groomed in discords? Like, why is that a thing? Like, where are your parents? How about we talk about that? But instead, we're talking about the fact that dudes like boobs? Really? That's what we're worried about? There are clearly bigger issues. And you're trying to make this separate issue into this issue. It's just like when conservatives decades ago said video games cause violence, but they didn't address the actual issue, which usually goes down to parenting. Parenting of both groups, by the way, because if you're grooming people, I'm going to assume that you didn't really have great parents. Just going to go out on a limb. I think I can say that. Just going to say that. So stop pretending. Stop using victims as a human shield. It's terrible. It's disgusting. People in the Smash community need to figure that out. That needs to stop, obviously. That's all obvious. But what also needs to stop is people demonizing hobbies time and time again, anytime men in masses seem to be enjoying them. That's it. It's that simple. Just stop it. Get some help. We know what you're doing. You know what you're doing. Stop it. The only reason I got any flack for anything I posted is because people thought that I was a dude, because they thought I had an anime profile picture and that my name's Mack on Twitter, which is a very gender neutral name. Some would even say a masculine nickname to go by, Mack. So the moment these people that were responding angrily to my tweet found out that I was a straight woman, all of a sudden then it was like, well, then it's just sad. They didn't have an argument, because it went from, oh, well, you're sexualizing, to, oh, well, yeah, they don't have an argument, because their entire argument is, you're male, I don't like it, stop it. That's their argument. That's their entire argument. It's dumb, it's stupid, it makes no sense. They're being brainwashed, and they're trying to get you to not enjoy your hobbies. So what I'm saying is, just ignore these people. They're not serious people. They shouldn't be taken seriously. And please gatekeep your hobbies. Please keep these kind of people out of hobbies. There are plenty of women. I had women quote tweet me that also said, I don't care about anime. I don't like it, but whatever. That's the attitude you need to have. There are games, there are even anime that I don't like, and I poke fun at people for liking them. That's totally fine. You don't have to enjoy everything. But the moment you cross that line of, I don't enjoy this, so you can't either, when it comes to entertainment, because that's what this is, entertainment. Are people being entertained? Yes. Just because you're not being entertained doesn't mean it needs to be shut down. Doesn't mean that people are being victimized or something like that. That's not how this works. Gatekeep your hobbies, or these people will get in, and then they will gatekeep you. Period. If you guys would like me to upload a full video on my opinion on gatekeeping, which has changed over the years, by the way, from a female perspective, because apparently that matters, I will do that. Let me know in the comments below. This stream will be posted afterwards as well. The full stream will be posted so people can go back and watch and see what I said. So now that we've covered that topic, we are going on to Rush Limbaugh, and what a segue, right? Woo! Anime B00ba to Rush Limbaugh. I'm sure he is just proudly rolling in his grave right now. I am including him in this topic on this live stream as well, but I promise I'll get to the comments right after I cover this topic. This is going to be a lot shorter. That was kind of a rant, because obviously I'm an anime fan. I cosplay and stuff like that. First of all, rest in peace, of course, all that good stuff. I shouldn't say never listened to Rush. I'm not a person, I didn't grow up conservative. I grew up, my parents telling me they didn't talk about politics. It's not really something we talked about. I met my husband when we were 18, and his parents love Rush, and I'd be driving around in the car with him and his parents, and his mom would be listening to Rush. So I'm familiar with him because of that. And obviously I have some conservative friends that absolutely love him as well, and loved his work. So that's my disclaimer for that and where I'm coming from. Now, you might be confused. Why am I talking about the right and Rush Limbaugh? Surely I would want to talk about the left's reaction to his passing, right? No, because here's what you people don't understand. And when I say you people, I'm talking like libertarians, whatever. I'm talking conservatives, Republicans, I'm talking like right people, and people who like kind of associate with the right. So obviously libertarians sometimes. I'm talking to you. Here's what you people don't seem to understand. And this is going to seem hypocritical after this last topic. So for a disclaimer, let me say, there's not really anything wrong in and of itself with pointing out the hypocrisy of people in general. Obviously, I just pointed out the hypocrisy, sort of women being mad at men enjoying things. That might not change much. It's just kind of something funny to talk about and poke fun at. I completely understand that a lot of the times when people on the right point out things that the left is being hypocritical with. They're just poking fun. But my worry is, and I think this is a valid concern, because I've seen this play out, I genuinely sometimes see, and I know that right-wing people, they're not doing it just to poke fun at them. They genuinely believe that if they point out the hypocrisy of leftists enough, that leftist will just go, oh, you know what? I've hated your views for so long, but now that you're pointing out my hypocrisy, I think I realize I'm in the wrong here. I shouldn't be wishing bad things upon these people or anything like that, or attacking your worldview. Oh, okay, I'm going to change my mind. I genuinely think some right-wing people believe that that's what's going to happen. I genuinely think that's what they think is going to happen. They think, and libertarians do this too, just so you right-wing people know, I mean, I'm not just poking fun at conservatives here. Libertarians do this too, and it's almost, I don't want to say it's worse with libertarians, but I think libertarians are more culturally inept. Like, when you're talking about who's the best at culture, and I don't mean their ideas are better, I mean who is more in tune with culture. I think it goes, the left is the most in tune, then conservatives by a long shot. Don't get me wrong, it's a long space there. And then libertarians. I do think libertarians are worse at culture somehow than conservatives. Just so we get that out of the way, because you all know I'm libertarian, so don't think that I'm excluding them. But I'm talking about specifically people who would have grown up listening to Rush, or their parents, or whatever. Pretty much all of right-wing Twitter, including some libertarians, the moment Rush passed and leftists started saying horrible things, I don't have to tell you. You saw them on Twitter probably, or even in news headlines. The things that they said about Rush, immediately right-wingers said, yeah, I mean, the left is being hypocritical, but, you know, we shouldn't sing anything bad back because we're the bigger people. We're the better people, and that's just how we're going to get through this, and we shouldn't stoop to their level. Stop it. Stop it. I genuinely, now, there's a difference between saying go to hell or like rest in piss. There's a difference between that and just being like, oh, that person was a shitty person. I'm not going to miss him. Why is that a problem? Just genuinely. Why is it a problem to not be sad when someone who you think or know hated every single thing you stand for, every ideal that you hold dear, the entire way you live your life, they hated that, and it's somehow bad for you, for anyone, I'm talking about either side here, it's somehow bad for you to say, not going to miss that person. Nope. I don't see a problem with that. I really don't. Maybe it's because I've been on Twitter too long, or maybe it's because I've been threatened by these people. No, I do not have a problem when people who want to destroy you and your family, you say, yeah, okay, I'm not sad that that person's whatever. Not only that, but I just don't know how this is surprising. I mean, for literal decades, these people have, they obviously don't like anything Rush stood for. You can argue over what he actually stood for or not, but they obviously are against everything the man stood for in his entire life. They're pro-feminism, whatever. Why would it be surprising that they're like, press S to spit, blah, blah, blah? Why is that surprising? I refuse to believe that this is somehow surprising to right-wing people or conservative people or libertarian people that the left is like, yeah, press S to spit on Rush Limbaugh's grave. Why is that surprising to you? And the only reason that you don't like it is because you are holding yourself to this stupid standard. It is perfectly okay. I saw all these, I'm not calling anybody out, I'm not going to name any names. But I saw a lot of people taking this weird, mushy, fake centrist position that we should love our neighbors and blah, blah, blah. Y'all are talking about secession one week because we need a national divorce because we are so different, our ideas are so contrasted with these people. But then the next moment, when it comes to somebody making fun of someone that obviously they don't agree with at all of a sudden it's, well, we should really just get along and we just shouldn't do what they do. Why? They're not going to do that. They're not giving you the same credit. What is the point? What is the point of sticking to your principles, which you don't even do? You're not sticking to your principles. Your kids are getting read to by literal demons in public schools. You're not sticking to your principles. You are ceding ground again and again, and then when they spit in your face, you're saying we have to be nice. That's what you're doing. You're not upholding your principles by being nice. And even if you are, they don't care. That gets you nothing. That gets you absolutely nothing. It doesn't give you anything. It doesn't give you anything. They're going to do it anyway. And I'm not saying an eye for an eye, but I'm just saying I don't see anything wrong with when someone has openly expressed that they really don't like your worldview and that they don't want to exist in the same space as you. I don't really see anything wrong with just simply going, yeah, I'm not going to miss that person. Not to say, oh, whatever, what the left's doing isn't gross, but I'm just saying, oh, maybe it wouldn't be as gross as the right wing grew some fucking balls. Just a little bit. Just a little. Just a little. Just get a little bit of a spine. Do you remember when all this stuff was going around with Paul Ryan? I don't know if y'all remember this. Years ago, something was going on with Paul Ryan, God knows what. He was being a spineless loser, and somebody made a Facebook event page that said, meet at the Capitol to find Paul Ryan's spine. Can we make an event like that for conservatives? Hey, conservatives and libertarians who try to ally with them, can we make a Facebook event saying, hey, we're going to meet on this day and we're going to track down their spinal cords. We just know it. They're going to grow backbone sooner or later. I just don't think that people should have to wait to grow backbone until they're backed into a corner, which is essentially where we're at right now. Why is it taking you so long to grow a backbone? Why? Guys, I got doxxed for rolling around a speech ball on a college campus in 2016. I was a lolbert. I probably would have called myself a centrist back then. And I got doxxed by Antifa. Think about how much more open and more right-wing people are now. If they're going to do that, what are they going to do to you? I mean, I'm not calling for anything. I'm calling you for you to grow a backbone. They don't want unity. That is them talking out of both sides of their mouth. We see this play out. Look at what happened with the election. They don't want unity. That is not the goal here. The goal is domination and control, and you are giving it to them, but at least you get to pat yourself on the back and say, well, I was really nice to the people that were trying to eliminate me. What good is that? You can just say you were nice. Why do you care if people that hate you think you're nice? Why? I had to go through this too. For the longest time, I would beat myself up because I thought I was being funny and being a good person, and people that clearly didn't like me would go around talking all this crap saying I'm mean. Who cares? Why do you care if people that don't like you and clearly fundamentally disagree with you, why do you need them to like you? Why? What is this pathological need? I don't understand it. I really don't. And this is someone, like I said, I came from that position. I don't understand how you could be living in the year of our Lord 2021, looking around at what's happening and saying, well, if we're just nice, they'll just stop. they'll just cut it out. If we just call out the hypocrisy enough, they'll just get it, and that'll be it. That's not how that works. It's really not. It's not. If you think that's how that works, look around you, read a book. I just really don't know what to tell you. That is not how this works. So when I titled this live stream, What the Right Did Wrong with Rush, that is what I'm talking about. Grow a spine, and I don't want to speak for a dead man, but I would like to think that this is the mentality that he would have too. Just grow a spine. That's all I'm asking. It's probably a big ask for you, but that's what I want. Because we're not going to be able to get through this if people don't start growing a spine, standing up, and questioning what is going on, and not cowering anytime someone says, well, you need to be nice. Because do you know why they do that? Do you know why the left holds the right to that standard? Because they know you'll back down. They know if they just say, well, you're being awfully mean, or my personal favorite, that's not very Christian of you. They don't care about Christianity. These people don't care about that kind of stuff, but they know you do, and they know if they call you on it, you will back down. And you will say, oh, well, you're right. I should be a little nicer. That's it. That's what this is about. That's the name of the game. The difference is the left's been doing this for decades, and that's why we are where we're at. So stop being a wimp, grow a backbone, and the next time someone throws a random buzzword at you, say, who cares? I saw all these people going around saying, oh, Rush was racist and all this stuff. They're like playing the dude's greatest hits. Like I said, I didn't watch the guy's show, but I'm looking at these quotes like feminism, is so unattractive women could enter society. And I'm like, whoa, that sounds pretty based. Who cares? He was sexist. Who cares? What about it? What does it mean when a person that you know hates everything you stand for calls you a name that you know isn't true? Why are you backing down from that? Who cares? Do you know how many times I get called all manner of names, even from right-wing people, because I cosplay in spandex bodysuits? And they'll say things like, oh, where's your OnlyFans? Or, oh, you're such a THOT. Oh, you're an e-girl, whatever. I don't care because I know that's not true. And I don't need anybody to validate me on that. I just brush it aside. Who cares? I know who I am. And who cares? I know what I'm doing here. So even if all those things people say about you are somehow true, who cares? The only power that they have over you from that stuff is the power you give them. That's it. If you look them in the face and when someone says that kind of stuff to you that you know isn't true and you go, so what? What do they do then? What else do they have? They have nothing. And that's what's going to scare them. When those people start growing a spine back and saying, I don't care. I don't really care what you call me. I really don't. Or better yet, ignore them. Who cares? Who cares? Start making connections in real life, building communities, and standing up to these monsters. That's what I'm saying. That's it. Stop apologizing. Stop saying we should be nice. That's not what's going to work here, people. It's really not. When people tell you the truth, you're going to be angry. And you're going to need to use that anger to channel it, to not back down, to stick to your actual ideals and not back down when someone calls you a buzzword because it makes you look bad. Who cares? It's making you look bad with people that hate you already. Why does that matter? I'm just repeating myself. You guys get the point. Grow a backbone. I'm tired of this. Every time a right-wing person passes away that the left doesn't like, the left is nasty about it, and the right wing goes, oh, we're so sorry, but he really wasn't like that, and you all shouldn't really be saying these mean things. Who cares? Those people hate your guts. Who cares if it's realistic or not? Why do we need to apologize and be nice to people that hate us? It just doesn't make any sense. It makes no sense. I'm starting to think that a lot of the people, let's put on my tinfoil hat here, I'm very, very concerned, genuinely, that a lot of the big thinkers who are apologizing and constantly kowtowing and say we should be better than this are knowingly or unknowingly ushering in these people and helping them take over. Because what good is what you're doing? It's not any good. You're just helping them along the way. That's all you're doing. And that's worthless to me. I'm not looking for people to help usher that in. I'm looking for people to fight back and actually say something and stand up and say, no, I don't care. Call me what you want. That's it. RC Scott in the YouTube chat, never apologize, period. That's it. Right there. All right. I've been going for 40 minutes strong now, so I'm going to go over the YouTube chats. You guys have any questions? I see Periscope as well. Thank you all for hanging out. We went full scorched earth tonight, but it's necessary. It's necessary. Someone over on Periscope, way back when the stream started, asked what I thought of Black Clover. My husband's been watching Black Clover. From what I've seen of it, it looks pretty cool. I'm not really sure it's my style or I would like it, but I haven't really sat down and watched it. I know he's been enjoying it. Martin in the YouTube chat said, same with D&D. Gotta stick to good friends these days. Can't go to D&D events. Stick with your friends. Find a group of core friends you know agrees with you. Build communities. Gatekeep. That's all I can say. Daydreams Manifesting. Hey, what's up? Over on Periscope. Somebody YouTube chat. Oh my gosh, that's Asuka. Yep, that's me. Martin in the YouTube chat. Is it jealousy or insecurity that gets them so riled up about anime, booba? I think it's probably a combination of a lot of things, but that's probably part of it, for sure. Sean in the YouTube chat. Big T waifu discussion time. Yes. Sean said it's a supervision issue, obviously. I'm assuming talking about supervision in communities where there's obviously an issue with kids being victimized, which is obviously disgusting. Mitch in the YouTube chat a little while ago, for decades, parents have tried their very best not to raise their own kids or look after them, preferring the TV, internet, and childminders, then complain when their kids hate them and turn out weird. It's a big problem. It's a big problem. It really is. Sean in the YouTube chat, it's a girl! Yes. There's a conspiracy theory that I'm not, but, you know, I kind of started that myself, so... GTA Driver in YouTube chat, so they have trouble discerning reality and fiction. Yes, they legitimately do. These people put so much stock in fiction that they blur the lines between fiction and reality. Matt, keeping the Azorius Tactical in the YouTube chat, said the government made non-parenting a thing back in the 60s. Yes, it did, and there is a reason for that. Mitch in the YouTube chat said, play a song on guitar. None of those are mine. That's my husband's. Those are my husband's axes back there. Matt in the YouTube chat said, when you hear about the message that insert people the person is using for the message sends, argument, you might as well tune out. Exactly. Exactly. You get it. W in Periscope a while back said, I feel like we need to gatekeep a little. They got into the D&D community as well. Yeah. No, yeah. If, like I said, if you guys want, I'll make a video specifically on gatekeeping and how my opinions over it have changed over the years and what I think needs to happen. AZ on YouTube said, you know what it is, how it is, Mac? They're the actual predators, so they're projecting. That's another thing. A lot of these people, I literally posted a meme about it earlier on Twitter today. A lot of these people are the people that are victimizing. It's very weird. It's weird. GTA, plus if a woman has big ones and wants to flaunt it, would she be seen the same as those men? Right, like what? Probably not. She probably wouldn't. Garuda and YouTube, Mac dropping truth bombs everywhere. I certainly try. I got a little heated tonight, but... Empirical YouTube chat. Mommy milkers is what it's called. Yeah, that's true. That is a technical term, I do believe. Alexander and Periscope based. I don't know what that was about, but thanks. Operator Juno. I feel like they're a small group of the community that just lashes out because they're bitter for X. Over on Periscope. Yeah, I agree. I'm not saying like these people are the majority, but I'm saying they need to be stamped out because they clearly have enough of big of a voice that it's becoming the topic of conversation, and that is very concerning. M. Gabriel on YouTube said, assuming men looking at pretty women is bad seems like a huge projection of insecurity to me. A what about me? Oh, definitely. Definitely. I think that's definitely part of it. Neil said, that Gundam Build Diver's ass though. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, I posted a video of a male character from Gundam Build Divers who had some serious cake. And you can actually hear my husband in the background of the video go, and they say there's no fan service for women in anime, which is obviously a joke. There's a ton of fan service for women in anime. But, you know, no one cares about that. Sean, gamers must rise up. Yes, I think gamers are rising up. Aaron Alexander on YouTube. Cognitive dissonance. Leftists live and die by it. Yep. Aaron Alexander on YouTube. Gatekeep your hobbies or they will be destroyed. Yep. Empirical on YouTube. Saitama or Goku? Goku. AZ. Straight up truth, Mac. If you said, yeah, I like sexy man, no one bats an eye. Yeah, that's the thing. Look at JoJo. No one cares. I don't need to tell you guys the hypocritical. Everybody knows how it goes. GTA driver pointing out the hypocrisy no longer does anything. I'd argue it never did anything, actually. It never did anything. I truly don't believe it did anything ever. Sam Word said this is literally all of right Twitter over on Periscope. I don't know what that means. AZ said, yeah, I'm not even American, but the news disgusted me. Yeah. Martin said libertarians don't have their own culture. That's the main issue. Yeah. GTA driver makes me wonder what early Neil was then, apart from Canadian. Yeah. Shinkin in YouTube chat said, my opinion good, their opinion bad. That's the thing, like, they're not opinions. Like, they're doing this on things that aren't opinions. Sam Word said, didn't see a lot of that. Maybe I missed the kind insults. I don't know what you're referring to. I'm sorry. This is the problem with reading chats after I've ranted. But I needed to get it all out before I went back and read all the chats. Thank you guys for all the comments, by the way. Based twink. No such thing. Come on. This whole, and YouTube said, this whole ceding the ground thing will cause a civil war. If rights grow backbone, they will be more likely to civil. I mean, I don't think that's a bad thing. I think we could solve this without violence. I think secession is absolutely the way. And very badly needed. M. Gabriel, modern right-wing movements are just a collective of Pharisees LARPing as people with values when it looks good. It sure seems like it, doesn't it? It really does seem like it sometimes. Neil in the YouTube chat. Libertarians must distinguish themselves from others by practicing the most extreme form of intolerance and discrimination against egalitarians. Hans Hermann Hoppe. Hey, Hoppe, we got it. Yeah. Always love a good Hans Hermann Hoppe quote. Arkin Nightman said, even if Rush was an asshole, that doesn't absolve people from being assholes themselves when they're dancing on his grave. Eh. I don't think he would really care. I don't know, though. 3 of 12 in YouTube chat said, do not care about the criticisms of people that do not have your well-being at heart. Douglas Murray. Yep. And Gabriel on YouTube chat, TLDR, they're going to hate your guts no matter what you say. They hate who you are. Yep. Martin in YouTube chat, scorched earth is best policy. Thank you. I personally think so. Based Twink said, you're pretty cool, actually. Thanks. Arc and Nightman, I think it comes from the relation to 4chan. What was that about? Eric July made a video on gatekeeping a few days ago. Yeah, that's the thing. Eric and I have such similar opinions when it comes to culture that oftentimes it feels kind of silly for me to make a video when I could just link people Eric's video. But I really shouldn't be lazy as a content person. I should really actually make videos instead of just live streaming. But Mitch in the YouTube chat said, oh, can you guys see the gunpla? Oh, you can see the gunpla, huh? Mitch in the YouTube chat said, the biggest weakness that Comicsgate and the Fandom Menace have is that they think their hobbies are for everyone. They aren't. That's the thing, like, okay, I'm going to say something, it shouldn't be controversial. Like, it's okay if hobbies aren't for everyone. Not everyone's going to like everything. The notion that hobbies are for everyone is stupid egalitarian bullshit. It's this egalitarian bullshit has affected every facet of our lives. It's stupid. Not everything is for everyone. Take that to its logical conclusion. It doesn't end well. Blair Lyon on Periscope said, do you know about the anime prison school? Yes, I haven't watched it though. Mitch on the YouTube chat said, you aren't a coward if you go and act the political change you want. M. Gabriel on the YouTube chat said, yeah, Eric is based, but does he cosplay waifus though? No, but that is a hilarious thing to think about. No. He doesn't. But it's okay. He's got the comics thing covered. I don't do comics, so. Incap Adam asks, how is Miss Cheese? Cheese is doing well. She was on the stream for a little bit earlier, walking around and in my lap a little bit. She's got really bad separation anxiety right now. So she made a little bit of an appearance. For those of you who don't know, I'm going to stay on here for a couple more minutes. I kind of got through the topics that I wanted to get through. So I will put timestamps where I talk about each thing and what I talked about in the stream. Mitch in the YouTube chat said, it's not egalitarian, it's an attempt to look good in front of the normies. They probably know hobbies aren't for everyone. I think they mean any type of person can join, which seems more plausible. Yeah, I think that's very charitable, and I'm not a person that likes to err on the side of assuming that these people aren't evil, because I think they are. So, I think a lot of people might just be useful idiots, but for the people pushing these movements, no, I think it is egalitarianism. I don't think it's just as simple as they actually just want hobbies to be for everyone. Mitch in YouTube chat said, will you ever play those guitars to us? No, I can play a little bit of piano, but my husband is the musically inclined one in this marriage. So no, those are his, and I'm not touching them. I'm probably actually going to move them because I don't want them to get a bend in them there. They've been there for a little bit now. We got to put them on stands. Oh, Mitch said, I was talking about Comicsgate and the Phantom Menace, not the left, to clarify. Oh, okay. Okay. Mitch said, get your husband to play. I don't think he would be up for that. Neil said, have you watched the original Berserk? If so, how good was it? I have not watched Berserk. Definitely not something that I would enjoy. I've heard it's good, but I can't speak to that. Blair Lyon, watch Prison School with your husband. It will strengthen your relationship. I'm pretty sure he's seen Prison School. I'm not interested in watching Prison School. It's not my type of anime. Mitch said he can play in the background as you rant. Yeah, he'll be back there like Kenny G-ing it, except with a guitar. Just kind of like playing some instrumentals. It'll be like those really lame church, contemporary church people where they just kind of strum as the pastor's praying, which is really annoying. AZ said, did I miss the anime booba topic? Yes, you did, but for anybody that's new, you can always go back. All of my live streams upload directly to my YouTube channel, and I go back once they've uploaded and put timestamps of where I talked about each thing. And I usually clip things and post them to Twitter as well. Joe said in the YouTube chat said guitarist BF, podcaster GF. This is not a podcast. I'm not a podcaster. I go on podcasts quite often, but yeah, catch the archive. I'm so sorry if you guys missed the beginning of the stream, but for anybody, I know it's not quite the same as catching something live, but I always post. I've just decided to keep my live streams up so people can go back and watch them. GTA Driver asked on YouTube chat, what do you like in an anime? I really like sci-fi action type stuff. The only kind of anime I'm really not into is like stuff that's super, super violent. I don't really have the stomach for it. I'm not talking about like fighting, I'm talking like blood and guts and stuff. Or like really, really like dark stuff. But besides that, I pretty much watch anything. As long as it's not, I should say, as long as it's not romance either. Though that's not really true because I like Toradora as well. It's one of my favorite animes, so that's like a special case though. Night Veil 07 in the YouTube chat said, I'm a Gen Z libertarian. I don't have faith in my generation. Don't worry about it. I'm a millennial. How do you think I feel? I think there's more hope out there than people want us to think. Mitch in the YouTube chat, notice a lot of right-wingers think anime is degenerate, and it's obvious they've never bothered to watch anything. Here's the thing. A lot of aspects of the anime community are absolutely, completely degenerate. I don't think right-wingers and like Tradcath Twitter is necessarily wrong about that. It can get pretty degenerate, but it doesn't have to be. That's the thing. And you don't have to surround yourself with degenerate people just because you watch anime. The problem is I think a lot of people feel like they have to do that. Laharfan71 in the YouTube chat, Steins Gate. Yeah, I really enjoyed Steins Gate a lot. Christina. I like Dr. Pepper, so of course I enjoyed Steins Gate. Inquisitor Ra, definitely not Berserk then. Yeah, no, there's no way I can handle Berserk. I pretty much know what happens, and there's no way I can watch it. Neil said Akira has some sick body horror. You know, I did watch Akira a few months back for the first time, and that wasn't too bad. As far as like body horror went, that didn't bug. I wasn't like squeamish about it. It was kind of like having an acid drip. It was very strange. RC Scott said, I'm digging Soul Eater. Oh, cool. Yeah, I didn't think to recommend that to you. I should have known you would probably enjoy that. Martin said, you should try watching Hinamatsuri. I don't think I've watched that. Mitch said, it's not the community they refer to, it's the actual medium. Here's the thing. Can I say this without getting banned? I do think in a lot of ways the medium of anime itself is a gateway to degeneracy. I'm not going to go into that further because maybe that's a topic for another day. I think a lot of things that aren't necessarily inherently degenerate as an art form can lead to absolute degenerate behavior. Like, for example, cosplay. I cosplay, but I don't have an OnlyFans, right? But a lot of cosplayers do. You kind of see what I'm saying there? Not everything has to be that way, but it's very easy to take things that way if you want. That's all I'll say about that for now. Leo in the YouTube chat, to the Gen Z in the chat, take the white pill. We are going to win. Gen Z in the chat, if you think there's no hope, go to the end of my last live stream. There's a timestamp where I said white pill. Go watch the last live stream that I did last week. I had a really good pep talk at the end of that video. We're going to make it. Don't lose hope. Don't get demoralized. Michael, it's small in the YouTube chat. It's funny that most of Western filth is degenerate, but no one seems to care. See, that's the thing. I don't know why specifically people pick on anime. Have you turned on the TV lately? I think it's a lot easier to find non-degenerate anime than it is to find non-degenerate things in Western media. I'll say that. Hannibal, please talk about slippery slope. Is it really slippery slope if like the slope is actually slippery? You feel what I'm saying? Because like a lot of these things that people are like, oh, it's slippery slope, that's never gonna happen. Well, we're way past that happening now. So I think that speaks for itself. M. Gabriel in the chat and the YouTube chat said, Berserk is so absurd sometimes. I wouldn't call it gore. Twining a dude in half with a sword is funny. I mean, yeah, see, that's just not my thing. Night Vale said, degenerate TV shows and even commercials. Yeah, I mean, it's everywhere. I don't have cable TV. I use a lot of streaming services and I watch what I want to watch on them and try to ignore the propaganda that's on them. I use my friends' streaming services, I should say. AZ said, it's not even slippery slope, it's a mountain drop now. Yeah, we are off the cliff. We've gone off the cliff. There is no slope. It's here's the cliff, here's us, we're falling. That's what this is. I do like some Western shows. My favorite show is The X-Files. I'm not completely dunking on Western media, but, you know, The X-Files came out the year I was born. So... Jack of Brass, AA was reading logic textbooks for a course. Every example of slippery slope in the books came true with the benefit of hindsight. Yeah, it's kind of scary. Once you look back and everything they claimed was just, oh, that's just slippery slope. Well... Inquisitor just made me feel old. Sorry. Makes you feel better. I feel old. Daydreams manifesting. I saw 16 candles last night. It was tame to me, but couldn't be made today because of SJWs. Yeah, it's crazy how much. I'm even watching some of the old Gundams. Some of the things that, even in the dubs, because I can't, you know, read and make dinner. So when I'm like, sometimes I'll put on an old dub, and I don't prefer dubs, just so we're clear. I'm a sub person. But when it comes to the oldies, sometimes you throw on the dub. And some of the things that they say are so, they would be deemed so sexist. Like at one point, oh, which Gundam were we watching? My husband and I were watching one of the Gundams, and he was like, oh, a woman, something, something, something. And I was just like, whoa. AZ in the YouTube chat, what do you think about DLive? Have you used it to watch people there? I used to watch some people over on DLive. DLive seems great as long as you don't say anything negative about China. So I can't stream there. Whiteoid, nice name. Whiteoid in the YouTube chat said, I'm a sub. I mean, clip it. I am. I'm a woman, so, China. Inslayer Clone, what's your opinion on Comicsgate? I am not a comic book person. I know a few of the guys in the Comicsgate movement are kind of lolcowy. Like, it started out pretty good, but then it just kind of got used, I think, for, I don't know. I don't really know enough about Comicsgate to comment on it. I'm not a comic book person or a comic book fan, so I feel like it's kind of weird for me to comment on Comicsgate. We'll just leave it at that. M. Gabriel, one chapter in Berserk is about how a woman lost a battle because she fainted and almost died because period. Old anime. I'm assuming you meant old, not odd. Neil said, watching some I Love Lucy and the sexism, in quotes, is incredible. Yeah. Jack of Brass, media from just a decade or two ago already comes across as base, even Harry Potter at times. Yeah, it's crazy. It's very weird now that I'm getting older to watch that happen. Night Vale, I want to create content, but best to start on BitChute, I think. YouTube is a lost cause. Yeah, I've thought about if I ever start uploading actual videos, not live streams, uploading some stuff to BitChute. I used to say I would never upload my stuff to alternative platforms, but I'm kind of changing my mind on that. Daydreams manifesting. I just try not to finance the people who want me dead in mainstream culture, Disney, even our food. Yep. Hannibal in the YouTube chat, what about Odyssey? Yeah, I just found out about Odyssey through Eric. I don't know. I might check it out. We'll see. Young in the YouTube chat said, conservatism, preserving liberal culture from 10 years ago. Yep. Odyssey uses blockchain. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that. I'll have to look into it. I saw Eric posting about it. Alright, y'all. It is almost 8:30 Central Time. I have been streaming for over an hour now. I'm going to pop off here. Thank you all so much for listening to my crazy rants. Maybe you don't think they're crazy. Maybe you agree. Friendly reminder, I'm going to start streaming Thursday nights at 7 p.m. Central Time. I'm doing my best to make sure I'm on time and consistent for you all. So Thursday evenings at 7 p.m. Central Time. And I'm also going to start streaming a second day, probably Saturdays on the weekends at some point in the afternoon. So I'll have 2 streams a week. I actually have quite a few European followers. Though I love to dunk on you because I'm American, I would like you guys to hang out and be able to see my streams. So I'm going to add a second streaming day on Saturday afternoons at some point, and hopefully a lot more of my European followers and subscribers can catch those streams. As always, this stream will be uploaded to my YouTube channel directly after the stream, and I will put timestamps for all the topics I talked about. So if you're just joining me and you're at the end of the stream or you missed a topic that you want to hear me discuss that I said I was going to talk about tonight, you'll be able to go directly to the timestamp and watch that. Thank you all for hanging out with me, as always, and I will see you Saturday afternoon. I'm going to start posting on my community tab in YouTube, so if you go ahead and subscribe and check my community tab, I'm going to start posting whenever I'm going to stream that week. Probably that week I will say, here's my stream times for this week, and I will of course also post over on Twitter. You guys can follow me over there, Instagram, Facebook as well. And as always, I know it wasn't too much of a comfy stream tonight, but I hope you guys stay comfy, stay safe, and have a little fun out there too. And also remember to have a backbone. See you guys.